back in with some sort of a chance now. The difference only 21 points. Kilpatrick, though, puts Essendon into attack out of centre. But the ball wide to the boundary line. Spawn leading Gastev in the race to it. And the ball was the winner. It beats both players over the line. Boundary throw in centre wing.
Kieran Spawn has been busy and suited by this sort of ground. West Adelaide best and fairest back in '87. Throw in out his side. Somerville and Rendell. Somerville kept his eye on the ball. Hamilton kicked that last goal. Clark, Hamilton making a mess of it. Ashcroft lending assistance, carries it across the line. Kilpatrick pleads his case. He's been pretty impressive today, Kilpatrick.
This is one of 6 players that Essendon have blooded this year, all first-year players, and 3 of whom are playing for Essendon today. The Bears, of course, also have 6, and they've got 5 first-year players on the ground at the moment.
Hamilton dives on top of the ball and could have almost been penalised. He was very lucky there. The umpire showing a little compassion. Here's Kilpatrick, a bustling half-back flanker. There's Hamilton. The Bears' first pick back in the 1990 draft. Bounce at half forward for Essendon. Alessio gets it down. O'Donnell hand passes straight up in the air. He's got a sense of humour. This is Kilpatrick, the man we're talking about. 55 metres out, pulls it back. It's all Essendon. And Werner's taken the mark 15 metres from goal. He wanted to go, but the umpire insisting he come back.
Was there 2 whistles there? I think the umpire had blown time on. That being the case, Werner was well within his rights to play on and goal.
Well, as it is, he should goal from 15 metres out. If he gets this goal, you get the feeling it may be beyond the Brisbane Bears. Michael Werner has got 2 for the afternoon.
Round, and a chance for the Bombers perhaps to get a quick reply. And here he goes, kick it on the burst, inside 50, handballs it over to Alessio, who kicks it goal, and he's got one for Essendon. Well, one of the new players that Essendon are blooding at Windy Hill. Alessio kicking his first. Well done from the big fella.
Yes, his career was held up a little bit in the last couple of years. He's been suffering from stress fractures to the legs. The exquisite skills of Derek Kickett on display almost gave that one gift wrap to Alessio, and he allows him to pop through his first goal for the afternoon.
Margin 27 points. There's suddenly a spate of goals here at Carrara. That won't get the Bears back into it, though, because they're going goal for goal. Denham going nowhere. McCluckie off the ground. Picked up by Anderson. Trying to weave his way through. Taken by Buick. Well done by Thompson. He's played a pretty good game. Off to Izzard. Izzard kicks towards half forward. Spawn will need to go here. Gastev did brilliantly twice there. Weight of numbers told against him initially, but he came back to win the ball. Well played. Got it away towards support. White goes out wide. Jeffrey back on the ground. He's about 70 metres from goal. He chips it down towards the pocket. Awkward for Shackey. It pitched about 5 metres in front of him. He swung a full revolution that time. Kennedy goes looking for Worsfold, who can't keep it in. It goes out of bounds. Well, you think back to the previous term when a tackle was applied on Shackey. He went half a revolution and was penalised for holding the ball. And that time, I think that was fair enough, allowing it to go there. He got the full revolution before he hand passed away. Thrown in. White does brilliantly. Izzard stood his ground. Shovels it out. McCluckie running away from goal. He's got this ball about 45 metres out. They'll contest about 5 metres out down there at full forward. It bounces back to Shackey. Fast running out of space. Chris Danaher did brilliantly. Smothered the handball and got it out of bounds, so we'll have a throw.
Lauren Shackey has kicked 5 goals, 2 this afternoon. Would have been a magnificent effort to kick one from there had he been able to get a boot to ball. Somerville and Kennedy. Kick it. Gets beaten for it down there by Noonan. Rex Laff. Bain. Holding the ball, was it? Yes. And free kick to Sean Denham.
Been a good battle between the 2 Rovers. Denham back from suspension.
The 2 pocket battleships. Not much of either of them, is there? Real genuine bantamweights, Leslie and Alessio. It's Leslie that wins out. He's got to get a couple of quick ones to stay in this match. Going goal for goal with their opponents at the moment as Leslie goes down. A wild boot in there. It's going to be Hamilton with the football at centre wing. He'll have to be quick. He is. Spears the pass into half forward, and that is okay. I was looking downfield. Shackie's got it.
I've been impressed with the way he's used his body today, Shackie. A number of opponents, but on each occasion he's been able to dispose of them with strength. Here we see again him. Well, we don't quite see.
High kick this time. Marking contest. Won by McClucky. McClucky goes out wide to Jeffrey, his second position since coming back onto the ground.
Jeffrey looking for Shackie in the pocket, and Shackie's claimed this mark about 5 metres in from the line. Very awkward angle. He's close to goal.
Far better kick this time from Jeffrey. We saw not long ago him delivering the ball into the Bears forward line. Didn't hit the mark, but that time he picked the right option and weighted it perfectly to get it to Lawrence Shackie. The way he's been kicking, you wouldn't really back him.
Shackie, who's got 5 goals, stabs at Goldwood, slides it right across the face. Has it got out of bounds on the full? It has. So Essendon will take the free. And the Bears have had their chances to get back into this in this early going in the final term.
You'd have to be happy if you were coach of the Bears with the way Shackie has won the ball. There is a technique problem with his goal kicking, something he can work on throughout the rest of the year.
O'Donnell boots it to the outer side. Bain, who's been lively in this 4th term, gets it across to Leslie, who kicks it straight up in the air. Coming up to mid it, Jeffrey takes a good mark. He's got plenty of courage as Jeffrey spears the pass and intended for Shackie. It was low down near the knees. He couldn't hang on to it. McClucky picks it up, boots it towards.
Is more than just nuisance value. Rendell up towards half forward. O'Donnell takes the crumbs after Ashcroft couldn't take the mark. Izard. Kilpatrick. More lovely ball. Been a very consistent player for Essendon today. Darren Buick started slowly. Spears the pass in towards half forward. Can't find a teammate, has to do it himself. Gets caught, but the ball was dropped, so the umpire, good decision perhaps to call play on. But it won't continue now. The fight might.
Danaher off for Paul Hills, that being Anthony.
And their interchange steward this afternoon down there, Ken Fletcher, former club captain, who has got a son that is in line for honours in the Teal Cup and makes the squad. So plenty of good young blood out in Bomber territory. It's almost a throw from Somerville. The umpires picked him. And the Bears free kick and 50. And then Anthony Danaher coming back on. Speaking of the interchange.
Maybe didn't get comfortable.
I don't think he had a chance to even get cool. The Bears go on to attack through Noonan. Chris Danaher. Drew Danaher's only in the Bomber lineup today. Alessio in front, Somerville over the top. The Bombers certainly had weight of numbers there. Anderson takes the hand pass at the back of the pack. One-on-one duel down here. Salmon on his own, clear of Champion, turns, shoots, and has he put it through?
Well, he threw his mouth guard at the umpire, did he?
Yes, didn't quite hit him, but got him on the half volley.
Darren Jarman was reported for that earlier, wasn't he, Dennis, this year?
I think he was. The ultimate biting comment. Wanganeen goes in short. There's Kickett. Clark did well, worked him off the ball. High kick out towards the wing there from McClucky. And now White controls it reasonably well. Goes in very short to Noonan. The Bears have a line along this wing, but Noonan ignores Retzlaff and boots towards the lead of Kennedy, who marks right on the 50. Very overcast now at Carrara. Just under 13 minutes remaining. Kennedy kicks it very high down towards the kickoff line. Jeffrey almost. Still he goes, Jeffrey, having missed the mark. He's surrounded, worked to the ground. Salmon comes off, and Anthony Danaher comes back on. So Paul Salmon will sit down with just over 12.5 minutes remaining till the end of this game, and it seems that the Bombers are home. It's looming as a danger game for them. 16-8 to 11-12. Ridley across the goal face. Hills almost been held in trouble, confronted there by Retzlaff. He's going to get a free kick for a high tackle.
12 minutes left. Buick spotted Spawn. Spawn doesn't let him down. Marks it just inside the boundary line. Kicks across the lunging Gastev. Somerville again tried for the specking. Now he applies a Shepherd. Izard's kick towards half forward. One-on-one duel out there. Whiteover running the ball. Werner. Alessio. Champion making sure he's not going to get clear. I don't think it'll make too much difference though. He's well within kicking distance and there's no angle really to speak of.
Alessio just taking the easiest mark. Well done from Champion, not letting him go. But you have to question the utilisation of the interchange bench. Sheedy obviously believes Salmon hasn't got a confidence problem because he whips him on, whips him off, he kicks a goal, then he puts Danaher back on in his place.
Alessio kicks at his...
To 11-12. There's the time remaining. And Somerville will go against Rendell. Bounce favours Rendell. For a draw, Gastev. Denham now. High kick towards centre half forward. Back goes Alessio. It was knocked away by Noonan, taken by White. Here's Green out towards the boundary, aided by Hamilton. Did nicely. Alessio, strong tackle. Noonan. McCluckey, weight of numbers tell the story for the Bears. Kilpatrick has to wait for it. It's taken high, but tried to deflect it to a teammate. It didn't come off. White, little chip pass, finds Jeffrey just forward of the wing. 17-8, 11-12. Jeffrey, short passes. It's taken by Hart, who was brilliant in the first half. Probing kick inside the attacking 50. Ridley over the top of Shackey. Denham leads back, lays it off to Thompson. Thompson up from the back pocket, hesitates, no one to kick to. Eventually hopes, I think it'll bounce out of bounds. Clark may keep it in. Izzard arrives hard on him, and the ball is jarred across the line.
Well, with this game in hand for Essendon, it does set up another big game for them next week in South Australia against the Crows. They can win that, they go to 7-6, and once again they're in the black, and their season begins all again.
Somerville taps it well and taps it effectively to Kilpatrick. Kick up towards right half forward. Champion can't control it in front of Danaher, and it's out of bounds about 65 metres from the Essendon goal. Anthony Danaher having plenty of trips to the interchange bench this afternoon. Alessio and Leslie. Noonan. Clark can't control it. The ball out of bounds. He's probably gaining about 3 or 4 metres, but that's it. Under 10 minutes left in this match. He's fought it out well all day. Weight of numbers has been on the Bombers' side. Hart, as Dennis mentioned, had a good first half, particularly that first quarter. He was rather resolute in defence. And speaking of defence, Thompson has been just that today as he feeds it out to Anderson. Anderson kicks up towards midfield. Doesn't usually waste a possession. This time he has done. Noonan to Leslie, who always gives 100%. Over to Bain. Former South Australian to former West Australian. Down towards half forward. Gastev, speaking of West Australians, gets ridden in the ground by Ridley. Nothing for it. Ball all tied up. And it will be about 55 metres out from goal.
With 7.5 minutes remaining. And a centre square infringement, I think. Free kick will be taken for Essendon by Somerville. In fact, he plays on by hand and gets it to Buick. Buick goes looking for Werner, bounces off his chest, but he goes after it again. Well played. Gets it to support Kilpatrick, weaving through the oncoming players. His kick is offline, though. It goes out of bounds on the full in the left full forward pocket.
And Werner attempted a chest mark there, allowing his opponent to get in the hand in and spoil. Should be taking that ball out in front in the hands. A skill that appears to be lacking, particularly in the last couple of years.
Richard Champion doesn't kick over the line, or over the mark. The umpire goes and makes the point again. He must have gone close, that's all I can say, but the umpire insisting. When you throw your mouth guard, all these things come back to haunt you. Champion out of the back pocket, high towards the half-back flank. Somerville, the leaper from behind. Neither man in the air touched the ball. It comes to Hamilton. Inverts it towards the wing. Retzlaff, quick hands, gets it away to support from Hart to Gastev, who likes to run, Johnny Gastev. Will touch it down a second time. Yes, he does. 2 bounces and kicks inside the 50. Leslie's on the forward line. Can he control it? He did pretty well. Worsfold, shocking effort. Picked off by Kickett, who finds Werner.
Yes, it only had to be a decent handball there. The Bears were in for what would have been an open goal.
Werner, the defensive side of centre wing towards half forward. Somerville works his way in front, got a hand to it, couldn't hang on. Picked up by Bain. No one around to help him. Denham stopped the ball effectively. Dick was taken high, surely. No free kick. And there'll be a bounce left half forward for the Bombers, who lead 17-8 to 12-12.
6.5 minutes left in this match. Willie Dick hasn't spent too much time on the ball today. He's warmed the bench a fair degree of the afternoon. Bain outrun, applies a tackle. Denham off the ground. Green there with him. And Clark trying to sweep it towards the boundary line. Champion finally succeeds in taking it over. Now the Bears have given a good contest, probably 90% of the day. Marks in the final quarter, well in favour of Essendon. Dick tries to get through the pack, feeds it successfully out to Buick. This should be an easy goal for him. He's missed it, hit the post.
Yes, we saw him miss an easy one earlier in the piece. In the second quarter,
1-3 he's kicked now.
Speaking of the Bears' development, the next step is for them to turn these close seconds into close wins. Saw them have a big, well, it was a draw against the West Coast Eagles. They consider that a win almost.
Hard to champion to Noonan. And finally the Bears come away. Been a little bit disappointing for Robert Walls, though. Had a part of this match. Chris Danaher, that should be 50. It will be. They looked in, if not in command at quarter time, they were playing well. They'd 3-3 to 2-2. They were 12 points down at half-time, but Essendon wore them down in the third. So Chris Danaher, assisted by that 50 metres, relays it once again to Darren Buick. Somerville the target. He nearly brought it down again. McClucky taken from behind. No free kick from the umpire. McClucky might win through. He does. Short kick. To the advantage of a teammate. Hills nearly takes it over the boundary line. He's had a couple of stints on the boundary himself on the interchange bench. Bears have the numbers. Champion probably could have marked it. Was up in front. Couldn't do so. Dragged down. Somerville. Quick hand pass. Into the advantage of his teammate. Good tackle down there by Dick. Oh. Should it be rewarded?
I thought so.
And David Bain may be a little lucky as he drags himself up. So a bounce will take place inside 50 for his 24-14 in favour of the Bombers.
Smiling umpires. Well, I suppose they can. They didn't run into anybody. This is Clark. He gets it across to Hamilton. Hamilton out wide. Jeffrey will need to go, pursued by Chris Danaher. A couple of runners inside now. Good hand pass. Clark has run hard all day today. Chips towards half forward and Worsfold. He's got it just outside the 50. 17-9 to 12-12. Shackey comes on a lead. So does Rendell. Both ignored. He chips it across and finds Noonan drifting up from the wing.
Played well.
Noonan short. Rendell was the target. It was fisted away. It comes back to Noonan. High up and under towards the pocket. Kickett's in front down there. And the ball goes out of bounds. Kickett battling with Leslie.
Is if you had a criticism of Noonan, it would only be that his delivery is sometimes leaves a bit to be desired, but he does win the ball well and is a red-hot goer, as Danaher, Terry would say.
There's an opportunity for Kilpatrick. Worsfold, now Retzlaff, he goes to ground. Anderson with dash comes away in the back pocket, does well. Puts it into the path of Wanganeen. Advantage is paid. Wanganeen from half back towards the wing, and Buick, who rakes it in. But a runner inside, that was Somerville. He showed good judgment not to go to the big man. Goes to Alessio, though, who goes back to Somerville. They're pretty nimble, Alessio and Somerville, from in that height. It comes to Denham, and Denham finds Werner. Great build-up by the Bombers.
Yes, well, that's the classic piece of play that we've been searching for from the Bombers all day. It's taken till the very death knock the Bombers to produce it. Runners supporting their big men and finishing with a spearing kick to a leading forward.
So Werner has got 3 goals this afternoon, kicking at his 4th from about 30 metres out, directly in front. Margin 27 points. It's now 33. 18-9 plays 12-12.
Well, Michael Werner kicking 4 goals, hardly a blemish. And maybe the solution for the Bombers at full forward. Plenty of tall timber down there, and an excellent build-up. We saw one from the Bears, Jared, resulting in a goal with David Bain featuring prominently. And this one was just as good, wasn't it?
Yes, it was an excellent build-up, and it's good to have somebody like Werner who converts easy chances and some more difficult ones from on the 50-metre line.
Werner's kicked well. He's kicked 4 goals with Paul Salmon, the Bombers' leading goal kicker this afternoon. White up high, loses it to Somerville. Anderson, a lovely sidestep, and the left foot kick is long. One-on-one duel. Green couldn't take it. Alessio, hand pass, Danaher taken high. Alessio again, likewise, the hand pass out in front. The advantage, no, Buick's kicked it. I think it might come back, it will. And just what the Bears didn't need at this stage of the day. It's not going to alter the result, but you'll see quite clearly here the infringement.
Yes, Champion took Alessio high, although Alessio was going to ground at that stage. Maybe an argument for ducking, but I guess it's irrelevant at this time of the game.
Stephen Alessio has kicked 2 goals. Shouldn't have any trouble kicking the distance from there in the last couple of minutes of the match. And the way the goal umpires run across indicates he may have missed, and in fact he has done. So Alessio has 2-1 against his name today. Not get too many more chances perhaps to improve upon that. 12-12 to 18-10. The dying moments of the match.
Bombers now implementing a zone defence from the kickouts.
Green to Noonan, and away they go. Hamilton, Hart taken off it, applies a tackle. Anderson kicks the ball across his body. Dick, good safe mark. And he lays it to Buick. Gee, plenty of run still left in the Bombers' legs. Gets clear of Gastev. Funny old kick down to goal, and one behind. So another point to Darren Buick. He's kicked 1-4, so he's been well off target.
Champion kicks in, finds Noonan. So the Bears next will play on Friday against North Melbourne in Melbourne. Noonan and Gastev working it around the outer side inside the last minute of this game. Gastev chips it towards the wing. Hamilton, well done, gets it to Worsfold. Worsfold kicks inside the 50. And a good mark is taken by Rendell. Off balance, falling forward, marking the ball on his chest.
One replay, we see the old Warhorse just making it there. And Rendell will shoot for goal. Now, will it be with his right or his left? There's a similar idiosyncrasy as David Bolton. He was a natural right footer, but kicked at goal with his left. This time it's the right.
And he's missed. So approaching the last 10 seconds of this game, and it's 12-13 to 18-11. Kickett kicks in, finds Harvey. Harvey towards the wing. Great carry shown by Danaher and McCluckie. Danaher it is who takes the mark. So Salmon 4 goals, Werner 4, Somerville 3, Alessio 2, the principal goal scorers for the Bombers. And for the Bears, Shackey 5 and 2 each to Hamilton and Worsfold. So a 34-point victory at the end to the Bombers. They had to work hard for it. That's our final scoreline, 18-11 to 12-13. And for some stations, that's all from Carrara. We'll be going shortly to Perth. 85, just checking those leading goal scorers again. Werner 4, Salmon 4, 3 to Somerville, Alessio got 2, and singles to Buick, Kickett, Denham and Kilpatrick. And for the Brisbane Bears, Shackey got 5.